Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Good morning, man. It's late. I know. I mean, I'm aware of the time. Okay. You don't have to remind me. I know what time it is. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. Just here. Here's the reality. If I could just be brutally honest, or I mean, it doesn't have to be brutal. I guess it could just be regular honest. This is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get me getting here when I get here. That's just gonna happen. That's just how life is at this point. I'm gonna get here when I get here. I know it was supposed to be see you in the morning. It's basically now see you when I see you. It's still the morning. You see my daughter pop up over my head? Look at that. Little baby her. You see that? That's crazy. It's a little creepy. So we're going to try to make sure we get that out of the picture. That's scary a little bit. But welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've watched this show before and you decided that you'll pop back in and watch again, you found that not robbery. I thank you so much. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. So this show is just me getting up in the morning and giving y'all all my private business. So put that out there in the streets. Dancing for money. You gotta, when you're singing the key of Tina Turner, it'll tickle your throat. Do what you want me to do. I'm your private dancer. So we get up here, we do this. The only thing that remains consistent is me speaking to everybody in the morning. I get up. If you speak to me, I speak back to you. The first three people to speak get the M&Ms. That's the mythical metals. There's nothing you can do with them. You can't melt them. You can't sell them. It's just a pride that you're going to keep on the inside. So let me get these mythical metals out. Winning the bronze today is Latoya Hainsworth. Good morning, Latoya. I know what we used to call you as a kid. I've known her since I was a child. Used to have a childhood nickname. Grew out of it, I think. So I think she's just Latoya now, but she had a childhood nickname. It's a little different than what it is now. So hello, Latoya. Getting the silver today is the pride of North Carolina, Courtney Weston and Murphy. And winning the gold is Melissa Kuther, like Luther. And she's really going to be a part of the whole conversation that we have today on the show. So good gold goes to Melissa, silver to Courtney, bronze to Latoya. Also here this morning is the Pope, Calvin Hill, and Lisa Bazemore Bishop is here. The Lisa after Lisa. So Lisa is Lisa. Then there's the Lisa, but she's the Lisa. The other Lisa's a knockoff. You got Ida in the building. Emmy time, Emmy place. Michelle McKinney. Nyambi is in the building. Letitia. Good morning, Big Dennis. There goes Teresa. Good morning, Teresa. Marche's in the building. Tracy, T. Mitchell, Crystal Sex Appeal, Shannon Jamil, Steve's in the building. Miss Bonner in the building. Kim Cat, Thomas Jones. TT is in the building. Dashelle, my man, Snoop, and so many more people, man. I'm excited about, happy about everybody that tunes in the morning. Now, as y'all know, we had the show at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone on Sunday. A good time had by most. I'm not 100%. It was a good time had by all, but most of the people had a good time. I try to do so. I'm a perfectionist, you know. I feel perfectionary, like the sugar. I don't know if it's called perfectionary sugar. Maybe it's not. I don't bake. Um, but bye, Sunda. Have a great day, man. Love you. I said love you.
Oh, so love you. I said it first.
Did you?
I think so.
No, you just said bye, Papa.
Oh, love
No, love you back. You better love me.
you. I did.
Love me.
I am.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye. So my fault, y'all. Just forgive me on that. It was a lot. It was a lot. You guys didn't deserve to hear all of that, but you did. So what was I saying? We had the show. I always go back because I'm a perfectionist. I always try to find out what went well, what didn't go well, what went good, what didn't go good, what could I change, what were things that were happening that I was unable to see. For example, I think I was told a group of people came in about an hour late and they were a little raucous in the back. And I was like, man, I wish I would have known because I'd have thrown them out. They asked for chitlins in a classy establishment like the Funny Bone. Somebody tried to pay with their PayPal. So I don't know if they were just being funny, which is not your job. When you come to the comedy club, it's not your job to be funny. That's my job. And whoever else is up there, that's our jobs to be funny. You don't have to be funny in the audience. You maintain your own funny in the car on your way up. I didn't know what was happening. So one of the parts about the Funny Bone that makes it difficult, what up, Big Ron? One of the things that makes it difficult is you might think you being humorous to you and your group, but you might be making people around you that can't hear it. I'm just trying to teach y'all comedy club etiquette. When you go to the comedy club, just be quiet. You ain't got to have a lot of extraneous conversation. JD, don't call me Martin Luther the King. Merry day after your birthday. I didn't see you yesterday on here so I could sing it. Merry happy birthday to you. Merry happy birthday to you. Merry happy birthday. Merry happy birthday. Merry happy birthday to you. I was going to twerk a little bit in my chair. Pop it. Pop it. That's what your birthday gets. So I'm just saying, chill out when you go. It's not your job to be funny in the crowd. You bother other people. But I do have photo evidence that we had a show. The show was, I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. So we got some photos. If you missed out, you missed out. But Teresa was there. So first of all, let me try to find some of the comics that was there. That's everybody that was on the show. If you missed Devontae, that's the best performance by Devontae Knott and Jodeci that we've had in a long time. That's Devontae in the middle, that's seated. On the outside of him, to his left is Jerome. Directly behind him is, of course, Anthony Oaks. And beside the young lady in the picture is Stiletto. They did a fantastic job. That was Jerome looking confused. That is Anthony. And this picture encapsulates Anthony the best I think you can. But these are the three artists that were on the flyer. That's me in the middle, Stiletto, and Anthony. And I might start going by Anthony Ham. Not even the ill ton. I won't even have the ill ton. It'll just be me, Anthony Ham. I'm out there, real chunky out there in these streets. I took pictures with other people. This right here is Anthony Oaks' fiance. Y'all heard it, right? Anthony Oaks' fiance. I'm not hiding what I'm saying. That's his fiance. So when we got in there to take the picture, I put my fingers up, was kind of pointing at him. He was like, why do people do that with their hands? What does that mean? I was like, oh, that's the straight signal. That's, let people know you're straight. He's like, oh, well, let me put a gay signal in there. And that's why the hand is copped that way. See, Teresa's here. There goes Teresa on the left. If y'all never seen Teresa in real life, Teresa, Monica, Michelle all came out representing as well. And this is where I learned something. Ladies, you got to fight for your man. You got to always fight for your man. This is my very good friend, Bernard T. Hines, an amazing comedian in his own right, and self-absorbed. He's self-absorbed. I'm not even going to lie to you. We took this picture together. I sent it to him and his wife. Big shout outs to Ray Sean, Queen Ray 22, who took all these pictures. But sends Bernard this picture. Bernard's only reply, send it in a group text to him and his wife. Bernard's only reply is, hey man, your stomach is smaller than mine. And Trish, being the amazing wife that she is, always defending her husband and wanting his self-esteem to be high, comes back. And Trish and I are supposed to be friends. I thought Trish and I were good friends. And she comes back and said, don't worry about it, baby. Your stomach is smaller. He's wearing a girdle. I was flabbergasted. She did anything to make her husband feel better. I definitely was not in a girdle. I don't believe in man girdles. I don't believe in man girdles. So that's exactly what happened. She came in and fought for her man. But the fact that he looked at that picture and tried to make the picture about him, he's so self-absorbed. It's ridiculous how terrible he is. What's up, Gerard? You know him. Yeah, Trish came right out and was just like, "Oh, don't worry about it, baby. He got on a girdle," and he ran with that. And that's what men need, ladies. It's Hunch Day. We got to talk about some of the stuff that men need. Men need to feel like their woman's gonna fight for them. They need to feel like their woman's gonna fight. Like you can lie to your man, ladies. See, a lot of people think men don't need that kind of stuff. Men need that reassurance. Men need to know that you still love them and that you what they want. We always talk about body image. Men have body images too. Ladies, lie to your man sometimes. Lie to your man. Your man can be moving up. His cholesterol could be through the roof. His weight going all over the place. Walk in one day and just tell your man he looks good. He'll be like, you look all right in that. Hey, you really wearing them jeans. I'm telling you. It's going to change everything. It's going to change. Some of y'all ladies be trying to figure out why y'all can't get your man to do nothing around the house because you ain't said nothing to encourage him. If you give him a simple, what's up, Pastor Shy? I think Pastor Shy had said this before. I just thought about it when you popped on, Pastor Shy. Pastor Shy say if her husband, if his wife calls him Big Daddy, anything's gonna jump off. Hey, Big Daddy, can you take out that trash? Changes it all. Can you take out the trash compared to, hey, Big Daddy, can you take out the trash? Is an hour. If you ladies, if y'all need the trash taken out right then, because men, we take stuff out when we feel like it. You asking me to take out the trash means it's noted, trash will be taken out. Note made, I'm gonna take it out, but I'm gonna take it out on my time. If you want him to take it out on your time, throw in a Big Daddy, Big Sexy. Throw in something like that. Hey, Big Papa, can you take that trash out? Oh, I sure will, because we not bright. Men ain't that bright. We not here. We not the smartest people in the world. We got to do that. Now, for now, you out here talking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Now, I did say if you were to pass away, I'd be the first one to console Trish. And I just feel like you wouldn't want her with another man. You would want her with somebody that you already know and trust. You know? I give me your wife if you go. Leave her to me. Just put her in the will that I get your wife. That's it. I think that's just the best way to do it. I think that's the best way. You give, if you pass away, you hand your wife down to somebody you already know and you trust and you know will take care of her. Pastor Shah said, if you keep a man full and empty, we good. Now, BK, you married. Why I gotta stroke an ego to get timelines? Stroke something. Listen, and that's what it's about. You stroke something, you're gonna get what you need. Men are not that difficult. We need these kinds of things. It's not a you got to meet your timeline. A man and a woman's timeline are two different timelines. Women, when you ask for something, and here's what I've learned. Hey, fellas, I need y'all to understand what I'm telling y'all. And ladies, I need y'all to understand it back. Women ask, if a woman asks for something, it is now emergency. It is code red. We are at DEFCON 3. There's levels to it. If a woman asks you to take out the trash, fellas, that means she's walked by this full trash can 47 times. And she's asked herself, why haven't they taken this trash out? This ain't the first. She's not going to ask you on the first time noticing the trash. In her mind, she's giving you a chance She's giving you a chance to take the trash out. In her mind, that's what she's doing. She don't walk by the trash, she see the trash needs to be done. She don't walk past these dishes, the dish needs to be washed. She don't walk past the yard, see the grass need to be cut. She don't walk past it 45 times. When she finally said something, we had threat level Delta. So in her mind, this is now imperative. To the man, so this is the first time I heard about it. It can't be all that serious. It's my first time hearing about it. Honey, can you take the trash out? Hey, can you take this trash out? Cool. Yes, I will. The yes, I will is a bonding promise to you. It's pretty much a wedding vow. If your man tells you he's going to do something, it's that serious to him, it's going to get done. The problem is you got to respect my timeline. You don't know what I got going on. This was the time that I was going to twiddle my toes. My toes was getting ready to get twiddled. I had that scheduled from 5:45 to 6. My toe twiddling was from 5:45 to 6. You got to work on your patience. I got it. It's now in my schedule. I've inserted it in my schedule. Trash out. I'm going to do it. Do you want it done or do you want it done now? Those are my questions. Do you want it done or do you want it done now? If you want it done now, it ain't an ego stroke. It's just, hey, Big Daddy. Word. What up, though, JP? All you do is add just a couple of words. I'm not choosing violence. I'm telling y'all, all you got to do, ladies, is add a couple of words. If you want it done now, do you want it done or do you want it done immediately? That's two different. Melissa say, just get it done. And I'm going to. But see, women, y'all lack the patience necessary to understand it's going to get done. Words matter. If you want it done now, then you add in, hey, Big Daddy, can you take this trash out? No, do not ask during a football game. See, that's the other thing, ladies. You got to time your now. Men only prioritize a few things. Look at what's wrong with stroking the ego of the man you love. Why is that a problem? You love this man, stroke him. If you love him, stroke him. That could be the ego. That could be the physical. Stroke him. And see, here y'all go, I just take it out by myself by then. Well, take it out then. But if you decide that you gonna go take it out, don't come talk to me about it. Don't come talk to me about it. Some things ain't even gender roles, GG. Some things are just things that I do. Some things are just things I do, some things that you do. It ain't necessarily like gender role. I don't believe men have to take out trash, even though there's a lot of ladies that be like, I ain't taking no trash out. That's cool. Your husband knows you don't take the trash out. That ain't a gender role. That's just something that y'all do betwixt the two of y'all. And that's fine. I'm going to tell you one thing I do know. This is why I think it's crazy that women have that mentality. Let your man be like, come in here and wash these dishes now. She said, I just tried this ego stroke on my husband, and it works. Here's the thing. The women, y'all say what y'all want to say, but let a man come in that thing. Let a man come in there and be like, hey, come in and wash these dishes. And expect it to be done now. That's the thing I don't understand about women. Y'all want your man to jump when you say jump, but let him say, who he think he talking to? He ain't my daddy. And we know you and your daddy. You don't do what your daddy tells you. I'm going to burn all the dishes. Gigi, so here's the thing about gender roles, right? I think gender roles are ever defining and they're ever moving. I think that from a different time frame, I think a different time frame we had perceived gender roles, because now things are changing. Um, I'll say this about gender role. I'll say this about gender roles. When gender roles were the strongest, was back during women's suffrage and things, and when a woman couldn't do nothing, when a woman couldn't go outside, like even we go back biblically, blah 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 blah. I don't think that there's gender roles per se. Things have changed. So when we start talking about like cooking and cleaning and chores, I don't think there's a certain chore that a woman can do. Some men cook better than a woman. Let them cook. There are men who clean better than a woman. Let them clean. Do what you want to do. I still believe that there are spousal roles. I do believe that. I think the man needs to protect his wife. I think the man needs to be a protector. Even when we start talking about the provider role, the provider doesn't absolutely 100% hit on monetarily, right? But being a protector, being a covering, I think is 100%. Here's why I say. Here's how I explain what I'm saying when I say this. I think the man should always cover his woman, right? So we've always talked about the provider and things like that. The man should always cover his woman, right? So let's just say she's working in a job. She's working in a job, and she's working a job, and she makes more than you. She's now the head of the household. She makes more. She's the head money maker of the household. But you still head of the household. But you still have a right to cover her, right? If you know your woman is making the money and she's doing this, you should be able to provide her the covering of, did you have a rough day? Talk to me about your day. What happened during your day? What can I do to make your day better? If she knows she got to get up and go to work, I don't have no problem with going to put gas in your car to make sure you got enough gas in your car to get to work. I'm trying to make sure everything is fine. I iron your clothes for if you need me to. I don't have no problem with it. I need to provide for you in that type of way. Even though you are making more financial than me, I still need to provide for you in ways of covering to make what you're doing a little less stressful. If your boss is at your job giving you a hard time, I need to be ready to go punch your boss in the face. And it shouldn't even be no issue. Hey, cuz he ain't gonna see me coming. I'm putting on a ninja outfit. I'm catching him outside. I'm gonna catch him outside in the hallway. I'm gonna catch him one of these days. We ain't finna. I'm gonna see him in Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's gonna be a problem. Right? Now the expectation is we both can do certain things that we provide, but if the family is struggling, most of the time the family wants to know what the man is doing, because though we both can work and make money, men are often expected. That is the expectation. And that is the expectation. The man is the head of the household. He's supposed to provide. We need to get out here and do what we got to do. I think that most men feel that way. I think that most men feel like if their household is lacking, if the household is lacking for whatever reason, I'm finna get out here and do whatever I need to do. If I gotta go sell these drugs, put these drugs in the community, I got it. I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. If I gotta go work a second job, I gotta work a third. But here's the trade-off for that. That's why a man's life expectancy is way shorter than a woman's. Now, we also do a lot of dumb stuff, but a man's life expectancy, because a man will go out there and work hard and work himself to death to provide for his woman. I watched the documentary the other day about a young girl. It was a documentary I watched. It's a young girl. All she wanted to do was to start a restaurant. Her dad had left her a pot, a gumbo pot that wife had left. I mean, the daddy had left him when he died. And, one of her strong memories was about how her dad used to cook gumbo. He would go to work all day, work 12, 14 hours. He would come to work, and he would be broke down, but he would still make gumbo for that whole community. The whole community could come in and get that gumbo, And she went through some physical changes in her life. She met a man that made her go through some changes. But in the end, she only saw getting a restaurant to honor her daddy's legacy. but her daddy didn't get to live to see the legacy because he died early. I think that was the name of the documentary. I think it was Princess and the Frog. That was the name of the documentary. But that's not the point. All I'm saying is men a lot of times work themselves to death. They work themselves to death. Men work themselves to death, don't get to see the fruits of their labor. So I think at this point in time, I think we're being smarter about how we work men to death. But you got to stroke their ego, ladies. You stroke that man's ego. I think it's a two-way street. You stroke that man's ego. You stroke that man's ego. So that those gender roles. Now, Snoop, I know you though. So you talk about there are no gender roles in your house. There are no gender roles when it comes to chores and things of that nature. But as a husband, and I can just tell you because I know you. I can just say this because I know you. As a husband, though, you understand. I've seen you do things. I've seen your wife is tired of driving to work because she got a little bit of a distance to get to work. I've seen you take her down there and drive her to work. I've seen the stuff that you go and you pick up stuff and you provide for the band. I've seen you be there. I've seen you literally. This is something that I've seen literally. She's a band director, so she got this little stand thing that she got to stand on the waiver arm. You know, I've seen you actually literally be like, no, that ain't safe enough for my baby. I'm gonna fix this and make sure she can stand on it safely. I'm gonna help her up and down off of the thing because it's my job to make sure she's as safe as possible. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about when we start talking about our gender. That's my job. That's my role in the relationship. I think those things are what's important. And fellas, I think fellas know that their woman needs to have her ego stroked. I think men know that when they're in a relationship, you have to be like, hey, baby, you look good today. Like one of the keys, I think, for fellas is to make sure on that day when she don't look all that great, you go in there and tell her she looks great. Because a woman is going to beat herself up about her looks, about her appearance, way before anybody else in the world gets a chance to. I'm talking about way before the world gets a chance to. Before she step out that house, she done stood in that mirror for about an hour and a half, tussling with her hair, trying to get that shirt to fit on the right way. And she just ain't feeling like, And you can tell by the way she walk out. Now, a woman, when she knows she hitting, she walk out that room different. But when it's a slow roll out there, it ain't nothing wrong with be like, hey, baby, you look all right today. You look nice. Look at you, girl. Huh? Looking like a whole meal. Forget the snack. You look like a whole meal. When she see that changes her mindset. And now she can take on the world. Little do y'all know, for a lot of relationships, especially a lot of women, if that woman has the confidence and backing of her significant other, the rest of the world don't really matter. My baby like it. If they can get their baby to like it, my baby like it. A lot of women will roll off of my baby likes it. My man like it. They be out there ain't looking a hot mess. My man like it. She out there with one strand of hair on the top of her head and a curl like that baby off the TV. My man like it. You out there Gerber babied up. No, don't say you look all right. No, don't say it like that, Larry. You be like, you looking all right, girl. Look at you. Good goo. You got to understand that there's levels to it. I got to a witty banter yesterday with my homeboy. I'm trying to earn him brownie points. I'm online with my homeboy yesterday. His wife had changed her profile picture. The wife had changed her profile picture, so she in the profile picture, right? And he gets in the profile picture, tells her, girl, you look good," or something of that nature. What your name is? I immediately know it's his wife. He says it's his wife. I immediately jump in. I'm like, hey, man, you better calm down, man. I know her husband. Her husband crazy. That man came back through, hey, dog, I'll risk it for her. I ain't even worried about her husband. We go back and forth on that thing. He like, she look good. I'm trying to start something up. Dog, she saw it. She was like, y'all crazy. But I'm going to tell you what. That man earned all the brownie points in the world that night. That was easy money. I'm giving my homeboy, I'm Chris Paulin. I'm giving my homeboy the alley-oop. That right there, that little public display of affection. Alley-oop. You got it. Yee, he came through and dunked it. I know she seen it, got a little blush in her. She went all the way back to high school girl day. They talking about me. I know it. She probably hit her husband later on with a, you so silly. That's what you got to do. You got to let them know. That's just the key to it. And it's crazy, like, because fellas, we got to do it. What's up, Savina? The fellas, we got to do this. And I'm going to tell you why. I've been having conversations over the last week. It's really weird. Some of the conversations I've been having over the last week, especially when we start talking about relationships. I ain't even gonna lie to you, fellas. And I know a lot of y'all already locked down in committed relationships. I'm talking to any single guys that's out here watching this today. You might be watching it on a replay. Single guys, we got to step it up. These ladies out here frustrated. Now, I ain't saying, I can't say homosexuality is on the rise because of our behavior, but I know that they giving up. Ladies is out here giving up. Ladies is giving up on us, fellas. And it's only because we ain't finna do the basics. A lot of us ain't doing the basics. I ain't talking about advanced level stuff. We ain't doing the basics. I seen women get into relationships that they know they ain't got no business being in simply because they be like, I don't want to date no more. I'm talking about, I got a friend of mine, highly intelligent, a world beater, a leader, all of these things. Like, when you look at her on the outside, you like, that's one of the strongest women in the world. And she was in a horrible relationship simply because she didn't want to jump back in the dating pool. She was like, I'll deal with this Negro and his mess, because I know what his mess is. This is about his mess limit. Rather than have to go out there. She was like, the stuff that's out there, she said, the stuff that's out there in that dating pool, she said, you don't want it. She's like, it's bad. It's bad out there. I can't deal. I talk to friends of mine all the time. They be like, I'm either date him or I'm done. They'll stay in something that ain't working. Just to have what the old women used to call a piece of man. I'm going to get me this piece of man. Now, Larry, and now I get it now. I get it. I get it. Now, I'm going to tell you this, ladies. A lot of times, y'all starting way too far. Y'all started way too far on the list. Y'all starting, so I'm going to tell you this, and this is just my opinion. I could be wrong. I ain't no relationship expert. I've been dumped hundreds and hundreds of times. I ain't no relationship expert. I'm a whole virgin. I don't know everything about everything. But I do know a lot of y'all ladies is starting off in graduate level classes with meeting men rather than starting in your 101s. A lot of y'all moving all the way to the graduate level classes before y'all get the 101s in. What am I saying by that? A lot of y'all will try to meet men at doctorate level. Y'all trying to meet men at doctorate level rather than meet them at their freshman level. Y'all looking for a finished product, like y'all already projecting 20 years down the road rather than dealing with what's happening today. So like Larry is saying, I'm coming to you. I'm just trying to meet you. Hey, how you doing, man? You doing all right? You look very nice today, man. Would you mind if I took you out? Maybe we can go grab something and eat. Starbucks, just some coffee to sit and talk. I can't believe this Negro tried to take me to Starbucks on the first date. I'm the dog. First date. First date. I don't even know if I like you. Men are visual. I saw your hind parts. Your booty was jiggling. I want to be part of that jiggle. Maybe, potentially. So let me get step one in. Let me get these one-on-one things done. Can we go? Can we have a conversation? Can we talk? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not taking you to Rue Chris on date one. What am I having a wedding reception? But y'all already projecting, okay, how much he make. Like, you meet me on day one, you need to know my tax statements, all this. And so now you missed all of this man. You done missed all this man. You done missed a good man based on something that ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Graduate level stuff. You meet him. Okay, he can hold a conversation. That's dope. Now I done found out he got this going on, he got this going on, this going on, this going on. Like, we don't want to have the steps. A lot of y'all trying to date into a husband on day two. You thank you in advance. I just wanted to say hi. You be like, I done wasted my time. Well, how did you waste your time? You won't do nothing anyway. You won't do nothing but sitting at home. A rose is still a rose. Go out. Take it by steps. I'm telling you now. This is what's crazy about it, right? Men very rarely, and this is really a woman's perspective. Men very rarely go into date one thinking wife. Men are very exploratory with their relationship. Men will jump in and be like, let me just see what this is. I got no idea what's going to happen. Men walk into meeting a woman and all the options are on the table. I'm talking about every one of them. Future baby mama, ex-wife, real wife, one night stand, long-term relationship, might break up 6 weeks later. Every relationship, everything is on the table when a man walk in the room. He ain't going in there and be like, I'm only looking for this one thing. I'm pigeonholing it. And they let things run into what it run into. Men typically fall in love. They be like, Men, when my man is in love, it's like stepping in dog poo. It just happens. You walk in, you be, oh, man, what is this? Man, I am in some love. Ain't this crazy? Women try to be more direct and control where they going. Sometimes you got to let that thing happen. I always hear, whenever I hear people doing the relationship thing and doing all that stuff, whenever they be like, you have to be intentional in your dating. They ain't never talking to dudes. Dude, that thing going in a dude's ear and out the other. Dude ain't never finna be intentional in no dating. I was hungry. I wanted some feminine company while I ate. I'm just telling y'all. Loosen up just a little bit. At least you'll eat good. I wonder what the timing is, though. I hear people always talk about, and I'm finna wrap up. We've already been up here 39 years. I know I'm 39 years. We've been on here 39 minutes. We gotta wrap this thing up. Here's what I've noticed. I hear people say all the time that relationships now ain't like the relationships back in the day. Our grandparents stayed together forever. But were they together, though? I mean, you had some grandparents that stayed together forever. Don't get me wrong. But you had other grandparents who, your granddaddy had a whole nother family. You knew your granddaddy wasn't what he was supposed to be. They lived by a different creed back then. It was a little different. So relationships have changed, times have changed. Some of the things of relationships are the same. But your grandma and granddaddy might have been together for 75 years, but were they happy? Was your grandmama happy? You know how many, if you were able to go back and be able to honestly just ask a lot of those grandmamas that stayed in those relationships for 60 years, how many of those years were they happy? They'd be like 6, 5. A lot of those women sacrifice their own happiness for the happiness of their kids, for the stability, for the lack of feeling like they could go do other things. You got to remember, we living in a real different time now. We living in a time where women can go out and be successful. There was a time frame where a woman couldn't go out and get no job. A woman going to get a loan, a house, well, no way. A woman had two options. I'm gonna stay with this man because at least here's what I will say about Pop and them. Pop and them paid to play. They paid to play. My granddaddy on my daddy's side, not Edward. My granddaddy on my daddy's side, him and my grandmama was separated. They never got divorced. They were separated in separate houses. He had a whole nother girlfriend, but he paid to play. He made sure that house was straight that my grandmama stayed in. He made sure he did all that kind of stuff. Like, it won't know. That's what them older dudes did. They paid to play. You ever watch Fences with Denzel Washington? Denzel had that whole family on the other side of town, had a whole nother woman. But what he did every payday, he came home, gave his wife that check. She gave him an allowance. That man worked hours upon hours. But he paid to play. It was a different time. Man, my man had to pay to play. And you gonna go out there and cheat. You made sure a home was taken care of. My wife is eating, my kids are straight. Now that's where the problem is at. Now the dudes out here, they just wilding out. They just do whatever they want to do. And think they can cheat too. I be like, you can't do both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It was a different time frame because women got options now. Women can do whatever they want to do. There's a lot of women out here stronger, more solid than men. So now we're looking at different dynamics. So like when Gigi was like, I know what role gender roles are. I don't touch trash. And that's cool. And that's fine. You don't touch trash if it's a man in the house. Okay, cool. Y'all make that determination. I'm gonna be the one that takes the trash out. I'm gonna be the one that cuts the grass. Some men still have those old school mentalities. I'll tell you this about me. It is difficult for me to have a woman pay for something. If I go out to eat with a lady and she start reaching for her bag, I'm almost offended. That's just how I was raised. I'm raised, you go out to eat, the man pays for it. Even if she asks you. Because that's what my granddaddy did. Not my granddaddy on my daddy's side. My granddaddy on my mama's side. If my grandmama wanted to go out to eat, my granddaddy paid for it. It's very difficult. That's a difficult role for me. I still have some of those traditional gender roles. Like I still hold the door open for a lady. And then the car door thing is a little difficult. But I don't believe even if we in a platonic, straight up friends relationship, if I for some reason I'm riding in the car with you and you be like, I gotta stop and get some gas, I gotta pump the gas. There ain't no reason for a woman. This is me thinking. This ain't no written in stone like you ain't going to hell if you don't do it. But ain't no reason for no woman to be pumping no gas if a man is there. Like if she get out and pump her gas and I'm in the car, I'ma feel off. I'ma just feel like I might well go ahead and take these pants off and put on a skirt. And I'ma feel like people looking at me. I know they see me sitting here. That's just me. That ain't everybody's creed. That ain't everybody's creed. And that ain't everyone. Every woman ain't accepting that. Now, Larry, now I don't think anything is wrong with it, but you still got some lady. You got some ladies that'll go off. Now, if we're in a platonic relationship, I'm not paying for your gas. That's your gas. Now, if we together, I don't mind paying for your gas. But if you're in a platonic, we just friends and I'm riding with you. I mean, you go ahead. I don't have a problem with you putting the card. Matter of fact, I'll take your card out and swipe it for you if you want me to. But no, you got to pay for it. Larry, that's one of the things that I think humans go through. I think a lot of people have relationship PTSD. We got to learn to get out of our relationship PTSD. We got to learn to get out of our relationship PTSD. One of the biggest things that I had to tell women when I would try to date the biggest thing for me is to let her know that I ain't him. I ain't him. You got to remind, like people like, I'm him. No, I am not him. The things that you blame me for, that was him. He did that to you. I didn't do that to you. Women now, people now, men, it goes both ways. We get so red flagged. That's a red flag. Everything ain't a red flag. That's just kind of let me on my own merit determine what's right and what's wrong. You gotta let me. I am my own person. I'm doing my. If I leave out after 11 o'clock, I might literally be going to the store. Don't be following me because when James left at 11, that meant James was going over to Tasha's house. I'm going to 7-Eleven. I'm going there. Now there's a two-way street to that. There's a two-way street to that. If you get into a relationship or a situation with somebody, one of the important things is that you learn what their past traumas are, right? You learn what their past traumas are. You understand their past traumas, and you try to help ease some of those traumas. That's one of the things that I think that we get so rough on. I'm me, cuz treat me for me. Nah, she already know. For example, if men, I'm going for men. I'm talking to men because that's all I can do. I can only tell men how to be men. I can't tell a woman how to be a woman. I can make some suggestions on how you deal with men, but I can't tell you how to woman up, right? This is a hypothetical. If you mess with a woman who was physically abused in the past, and you raise your right hand, you might be getting ready to say the Pledge of Allegiance. But she figuring you getting ready to go Ike. Her past trauma has taught her that this raised right hand means I'm finna get slapped. So how do we handle that? No, I'm not an abuser. You got to learn to trust me in a non-abusive way, but there's still an onus on me to show you my right hand don't mean you finna get slapped. I need to be able to acquiesce and show her that a right hand could be me extending my love. My right hand coming up could be me to just stroke and wipe the tears out of your eyes. I need to show you that this right hand can now mean something different. All you've ever dealt with is this right hand beating you. I need to show you that a right hand is something different. I'm going to show you that this right hand can be something different than what you've always known a right hand to be. And you got to be cognizant of that. Ladies, you got to understand, his last baby mama cheated. His last woman cheated on him. His last woman did this. His last woman did that. You got to understand, he still carries some of that past trauma from his past relationship. So you got to be able to acquiesce, even though this is what I do. I don't believe in letting no man know where I'm going. I don't believe in that. That ain't my dad. I don't tell no man where I'm going. It's a simple thing. Man, I ain't telling you got to give him updates all day, but figure out a way to let him feel comfortable knowing, hey, I'm going to the gym. That's the only place I'm going. I'm good. I'm just going to this gym. And let him know it's GYM, not JIM. Men carry hurt from their past relationships too. Y'all don't believe it, but a lot of men have been the ones hurt in relationships. It won't their reason. It won't them. It won't them. It was her. Lisa says, if a person has been through any physical or sexual trauma, there are triggers. It's important to have a safe space to share with your man, spouse, so there is understanding. And especially when you first meet, Jason, you're right. You got to be receptive to change. Especially when you first meet. You got to remember, when you first meet somebody, regardless of the amount of time that it's been betwixt the last time they were with someone, there was a reason why that other relationship severed. There's a reason why that other relationship severed. You got to be sensitive to why that relationship severed, You got to be ready to know there was a reason why that last one didn't work. Let me not be that. Because a lot of time, man, we will shift right back into what we knew before. Everybody ain't healed from their past relationships. And I said ships. A lot of people haven't healed from their past relationships. It's crazy because sometimes you get into another relationship, your next relationship ends with something totally different than the one before it. Now you stacking traumas. Charles cheated. Samuel was abusive. Todd didn't have any affection. So now you got Samuel, Charles, and Todd, all of the things that Samuel, Charles, and Todd did, and now you meet me, and now I'm paying for all of them. It ain't but 3 people. But now I gotta figure out. And here's the other part about it. When y'all don't communicate, I don't even always know about Sam. We always know about the last ex. We always know about the last ex. The last ex we know. We know you used to mess with David. But we don't know 4 exes ago all the time. Sometimes that don't even come up to a random conversation. You be around, I used to mess with Todd. Wait, what? Wait a minute, hold on. I knew you was with Mr. Charlie. You telling me it was people before, and we don't even know that it has, boom, stacking trauma, having soul ties with no total healing, and it's transferred to the innocent present person. Yeah, the present person I ain't even do any of this. Let me make my own mistakes. So now, because of that's one of the things that we got to do. We got to whenever we do, if you watch baseball, right? If you watch baseball, if batter number 1 strikes out, batter number 2 don't come up with 2 strikes. His strikeout don't carry. That's what we end up doing. We get to a place now where we make the person who's coming up to bat, our new person, come in with the 2 strikes from something. That won't even his at bat. You threw them strikes. I come into the game with 2 strikes, and now I'm on eggshells. You got to get over that kind of stuff. And it is not easy. Listen, when I tell you it's not easy, it is a difficult move. It's difficult for you to clear that path and to let that stuff go out there. It is difficult. I think men heal differently and more slowly. Because when we start talking about those gender roles, right? I think it's more different. Like Larry's a good friend of mine. Larry's a great guy. He's an amazing dude. You don't hear men talk about their relationship trauma the way that Larry has come out and talked about it, because there is a societal norm that men get over it. Men are okay. Who do men talk to about their hurts? Right? Who do men talk to about their situations? I'm gonna tell you the whole truth. We'll keep it 100. We'll keep it a stack. We'll do it on my show. I don't want nobody else do this on their show. Men are afraid to tell other men that they wife cheated because they almost feel like that's opening the door for other men to holler at they wife. You don't want to be like, hey man, my wife cheats. Because if your homeboy like, does she? Now you don't trust your homeboy because you gave him the information that she cheats. Now you looking at your homeboy sideways. He over at the house and you won't there. Why you at my house? I won't hear. Like, it's all of that happens. Men have a hard time dealing with their trauma. They don't have the people to talk to. And it's not a badge of honor for a man. When something happens to a woman when she's in a relationship, if she was your lover, your secretary, everybody like, girl, men ain't nothing. Y'all talk all of it out. The men, y'all women get together. Y'all will go to lunch. Y'all are all sit around. Your vulnerability is great. It's cute. All of that. For a man, it's a lot different. It's a lot different for men. Men a lot of times got to carry that hurt and try to heal themselves. They ain't got nobody they can go out and reach out to and talk to about it. You can't. Because once you start doing it, you start being considered soft and you weak. A dude to have, listen, I'm telling you 100%, a dude will have his wife have relations with the whole Laker basketball team. And he be upset. And his boy, man, you crying over that woman. Man, what's wrong with you crying over it? Man, she slept with the Lakers. The whole team. She was out there getting 6-foot basketball peen. What am I? Now me? What am I do? A man get us and his boys clown him. Man, he out here crying over a woman. Wait, what? I can't be hurt. I think one of my good friends, I think we became really good friends because he was able to tell me, hey man, my wife cheated on me. And I was able to be like, hey dog, well, let's talk that. I know how that feels. I know that had to hurt, man. Ain't nothing wrong with you being hurt about it. Let's talk about it. Get your emotions out on it. I never threw it back at him. Never was like, hey man, blah, blah, blah. I think that's what we gotta be. Man, we gotta do better at helping our brothers out. Ain't nothing solved about being upset about the woman that you love. Look how crazy it is. This is how crazy this is, right? This is how crazy man thought is. You're right. Men need to be able to express themselves to men. This is how crazy it is being a man. Y'all get this. This is how men think. This is how men think. It's okay if you shoot everybody up because your wife cheated, but it's wrong to cry. Same emotions, different reaction. Same hurt. Same hurt. How do you express it? I'm talking about it's the same hurt. Dudes will applaud you if you go to jail. Hey, man, your woman cheated on you. You went and whooped this hind part. That's what I'm talking about, cuz. Beat them down. Go to jail. Do these years. But you cry about it? Man, you soft old punk. What? Hey, what? That's a negative mindset. That's a negative mindset. Dudes, we got to retrain our minds. And if I can be honest, ladies, we need y'all to help us with that. We need to be able to be vulnerable. We need to be able to feel that we can have normal everyday emotions. Men got to be able to feel like it's all right to cry. It's all right to be hurt. It's all right to feel pain. And you ain't going to be like you less of a man because you do. You got to be like, you can't be like, my soft tail husband, he cried. Okay, I cried. It was a tough. I was just talking to my homeboy. I'm going to tell you how funny it is. This is a true story, right? I talked to one of my boys on the phone, and he was talking about he watched a movie. He's like, man, I just watched this movie, man, A Journal for Jordan. And I could tell he wanted to really talk about how that movie made him feel. But he was scared to say something to me because I was on the phone with him. It's two guys talking. I said, man, I watched that movie on the plane, man, and I cried. He's like, man, it was a tearjerker. Once I said that I cried, he was like, oh, he broke out. I can't even remember who I was talking to. It was one of my boys. Once I said that I cried, he felt free to let it out. He's like, oh, man, yeah, man. Woo, that thing was a tearjerker. Then when I found out it was a true story, he was like, oh, it really brought all the emotion out of me. A Journal for Jordan. I watched A Journal for Jordan on a plane. I was flying to L.A., and I turned it on. I didn't know what the movie was or whatever. I ain't know anything about it. I just seen Michael B. Jordan was in it. So I'm watching A Journal for Jordan on the plane. I end up holding hands with the person in the seat next to me. I don't even know them. I'm watching, and I'm just like, man, I'm crying. I'm with them. They don't even know me, but they just know this strong black man done grabbed my hand and is crying in the car with me. I'm like, I'm on the plane. They were like, oh, just let it out, brother. Snoop, listen, men change as their experiences change. I watched John Q before I was a father, right? I watched John Q before I was a father and after. When I watched John Q before being a father, it was a good film. It was a good film. But when I watched John Q as a dad, because what ends up happening is you insert your child in there. And now all the emotion of what you would be doing as a dad, all that crazy. 100%, I'm going to tell y'all, 100%, one of the toughest things for me is when I heard that Kobe Bryant had passed. When I heard that Kobe Bryant had passed, I immediately, I'm talking about immediately was broke down. Because I thought both of them girls was gone. Because I knew what kind of father Kobe was. So I was like, there's no way. And here's what really breaks me down about the Kobe thing. Because I began to think about, as a father, this got me a little emotional now. As a father, all you want to ever do is make sure nothing bad happens to your child. And to know you in that plane and there's nothing I could do to protect my baby. Before I seen any of that crime scene footage or crime scene stuff, I knew they was gone with him holding that girl. I knew Kobe grabbed that girl. I knew Kobe was like, let me buffer you from anything. I knew it. Tore me up. Tore me to pieces. I was done. Like, I ain't even know Kobe like that. We had never even played. I wasn't with him shooting in the gym. But I knew what he was as a dad. The empathy took over. You become more empathetic when you live it, when you can put yourself in that situation. It's crazy. Oh, my fault, Shannon. I ain't trying to make y'all cry. But I'm just telling y'all, that's how I felt. I was like, if it was me and Nala in a plane, that plane going down, I'm trying to figure out how I can do the hopelessness of knowing that a dad couldn't do anything to save his baby. Woo! Killed me. Tore me up. I was done. That was the only angle. If Kobe would have been in a car crash by himself, I'd have been sad. I'm like, oh man, that's a loss of life. But man, that envisioning, man, that thing took me out. Took me out. It was a wrap. A wrap for me. It's crazy. What did we learn today? I don't know. We talked about it. We went left and right and straight. I don't know which way we went. All I'm saying is this. We got to get better. You know, the Wednesdays about hunching. We always talk about hunch. A lot of times Wednesdays get a little nasty. Oh, no, Larry, you fine, brother. No, Larry, listen, you good to go, dog. Like, I want this, to me, this is a safe space, too. You can come in here and talk about whatever you want to talk about. You know, come in and be like, listen, I got genital warts. I don't know what to do. I'm going to try to find a doctor to come out here. If you bold enough to talk about your genital warts, let's find a way to help you with them. Now, there ain't no need for no apologies. I just think the show is the show. The show is organic. My show is organic. I don't come on the show with, I don't have no script. I can show y'all the script for today's show. Y'all see it. That's the script for today's show. We come on and then stuff happens. The only thing that's solid is that we're going to talk. I mean, Larry, you already know me. You have talked about your situations and stuff like that. We've discussed it. I've always been there for it. I'll say one thing. You one of my biggest supporters. I always know, hey, I ain't even got to know that you come. You ain't got to tell me. I be like, if I'm having something, man, Larry going to come out and support. That dude try to come. He try to take me to lunch a lot. I don't know if he just thinks because I'm fat, that food will always entice me. But nah, man, Larry's that guy. Like, that's a great guy. Now, I don't know where Rudy came in. I don't know why they call him Rudy. I don't know if that gives him the opportunity. I don't know if he's bipolar or what. So each pole got a name, but it is what it is. So you great, Larry, man. You ain't turn this no way. But if we can learn anything today, man, is be open, be honest, learn to grow, and try to heal. And every now and again, man, healing can't be done by itself. Sometimes you might need somebody to help you with your healing. And that's okay. Asking for somebody to help you with your healing don't make you any weaker. It doesn't. Putting a cast on a broken leg isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that I'm going to be still and let this thing work out. And I'm doing all I can. I'm doing all that I can to get better. Ain't nothing wrong with doing all you can to get better. We'll be back tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's Thursday. It's trash day for me, but it's going to be a great day on the show. You know? It's trash day for me, but a great day on the show. I can't wait till tomorrow, man. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We'll be back in here, and we'll be on our way to Pound Town, as my man Devontae said. Pound Town! Because that was the only thing. Man, I love y'all, man. Y'all be safe out there in these streets. Willing the creek don't rise. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got play this Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again.